Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today is hashtag Tag Me Tuesday, and we're going to be using some of those fabric scraps that you have laying around, and we're going to make some Junk Journal fabric tags. I love how this one has turned out. A little bit of lace, some crinkled seam binding, 2 labels, a fussy cut butterfly, and some bling. Oh my goodness, I think this would be beautiful in a pocket, as a topper, all kinds of, even an altered paper clip. It would be large, but it would be beautiful. So let's go ahead and let me show you how I made mine. I started out with a file folder, and that's the paper that's on the back here. I didn't coffee dye it, I just left it this pretty color. And I cut my pieces to be 2.5 inches by 5 inches. So you can get an awful lot of them out of even just one side of your file folder. So measure it out and chop up your file folder. If you're like me, you have quite a few of them. I'd much rather use this cardstock than the cardstock that I purchase as single sheets. Then you want to bring in your scrap fabrics. This is one that I brought in for a demonstration on how I'm going to get my fabric onto my cardstock here, which is my altered file folder. Now, I am using my Yoo-Hoo glue stick, and I sewed mine. So I'm going to show you here. See, I sewed with my machine. So if you have a machine and you decide to sew yours, then you will not need to worry about putting your glue all the way to the edge. But if you do not sew yours, then you will need to do that. Now, I'm going to make this one, and I'm not going to sew it. So I'm going to apply my glue on here first, my glue stick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back with my art glitter glue. Now you can use any liquid glue that you wish. And I am going to place my glue at the edge of my tag. Now, I have made tags in the shape that you see right now with just the flat top and the flat bottom. And I've also made some that has the shape of what you might call a traditional tag. So whatever shape you choose, that will be fine. And I just lay my fabric right over the top. If yours is real wrinkly, you might want to touch it with an iron to get your wrinkles out. Smooth it out. Now, if you have used the wet glue, if you're not sewing it, and you've used the wet glue on the outside and then placed your fabric down, you'll need to let this dry before you continue, because it will move around just a little bit. Now what I have done is I have made quite a few of these, and I've made them in different shapes. I've made them, well, the same size, 2.5 inches by 5, meaning same shape as I made some with just the rectangle, and I made some with the top corners removed. I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a mass make, and what we're using is we're using labels and butterflies along with a little bit of fabric trim or crinkled Sari silk or crinkled seam binding, or even the Sari silk. So I thought I could show you some ways of decorating using just simple things. So it's my first basic mass make. Now I've already sewn around the edges of mine. Like I said, I sewed mine. I took my scissors and I clipped off my corners here, and then I've got my beautiful pieces all ready to go. Now on this one, I thought it might be really pretty to add this crinkled seam binding in a yellow. This is called Butter, is the name that is given. Now I do have a code down below for my scrap cabin shop. I am going to take my seam binding as soon as I find the end. Here's the end. And I kind of have to decide, well, how do I want to do this? Do I want to put a bow up here? Do I want to, let's see, I've even got this. Do I want to put a little bit of lace? How do I want to tackle this one? So I'm just going to look to see what I have. I also have a bag here that I have some more laces in because I'm thinking it needs to be maybe a creamier type color. This white, this is really very creamy. Here's another little lighter weight lace. So I'm going to pop this over here in my dish because I'm thinking I might like to use this lighter weight right here. I think that's really sweet on there. And let's see, let's look at this. This is a heavier weight. This is the one a lot of people picked up from the Dollar Tree. I can no longer find it at the Dollar Tree, but maybe you still have some like I do. This is the scallopy lace that I used in this example here. I like it because it has some weight to it. It's very weighty. How about if we put it on the top and on the bottom? Now, I have quite a few that I have prepped that we can decorate together. And I just thought for a little bit of a change, I would already have my fabric prepared on my tag shape, and we could just have a little bit of fun, and you can get some ideas on how you can decorate yours. I'm adding my hot glue on here, and the reason why I'm using hot glue is because it's quick and easy. It's really great for videos because it allows me to keep going with my designing. I don't have to wait for anything to dry or move on me. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it so I've got the scallop on the top and I'm going to have the scallop on the bottom. Adding a little more glue, and I'm seeing that I need another little glue stick. Someone asked me about the brand name of my hot glue gun. It's Surebonder, and it's high temp. It has the small tip, and I use the small high temp glue sticks. So adding my glue, and then popping this little piece of lace right on the top. Just like that. It's already cute, super cute, but we're going to add a little bit more. Let's add some of this crinkled seam binding. I think, do I want a bow or do I just want to, how do I want to do this? Let's tie it in a bow and see what that looks like. Just gonna make a bow like that. Oh, that's super cute. I'm not gonna have too long a streamers. I'm gonna make them short. Pop this on just like this. I also had thought, now I'm not sure where I put those. I thought I had some tabs that I wanted to use. I'm going to have to go see where I put them. Maybe I popped them right back into my little box here. Here's my box of tabs. I don't know if there's something here that might go well. There's a put that on there like that. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I'm going to move this back over here because there's really not much room. I'm afraid it's going to fall off the table here. So I'm just going to run my ink on my tab and I'm going to pop it on there. Maybe something like that. I think that will be great. I think I'd like to get this down a little more too. Just a little flatter. Not completely flat, but just a little bit. just to hold it in place a little better so you can really tell that it's a bow. And the streamer right there, I'm going to tack that down also. There we go. Now let's add this, and I'm just going to use my hot glue. I'll just pop it on, maybe about right there. I want it to be straight. That's cute, adding a little tab to it. And here are the labels. Now I do think that these labels are from Chapter 1 papers, and I have 2 of them here. I thought it might be fun to use 2. Maybe something like this might be really sweet. So I'm going to grab my art glitter glue. I think I'm going to use my art glitter glue to glue this on. It won't adhere right away. You'll have to let it dry just a little bit because we're going from paper to fabric, but it will stick on there and it will be fine. I won't have to use my glue gun. And I'm going to pop this down a little further like that. And then put about some glue on my butterfly, and I'm going to make my butterfly maybe something like that. Now I can add some bling to my butterfly. I've got some pieces right here, and I've grabbed the gold. Goodness gracious, that's turned into itself, but that's okay. We'll cut this off. It'll be fine. It's twisted. Yeah, it untwisted once we cut that free. And how about if we add some gold bling right there in the center? I'm wondering if I want anything else in the center. We'll look at that and see how that looks. I'm thinking we need a little something at the top, whether it's another little bead. I don't want that stays in a, is connected. They have these little pieces that come off the edge. I don't know, can you see that? They've got little, I don't want to say they're strings, but there's something that have come off on the edge. So I'm going to grab the ones that are free, that we can, freestanding, that we can glue to the top. I think it needs a little something more right there on the bow. So I've got my little dish of gold beads, and I don't know, I think, is that one too big? No, I don't know about that being too big, but let me see about grabbing maybe a little bit of a smaller one. Here's a smaller one. Let's see. I kind of like the smaller one a little better. I can't tell you why. I just think it's really nice on there. So I'm going to add that right on the knot of the bow. Just like that. Well, I think that one has turned out beautiful. All right, let's look what's next on in my pile. This one, that's a beautiful fabric. And I have a very small green butterfly, a larger blue one, and a label. Now, if you've got streamers or strings on, you can just cut it off. You could also stop those strings from happening. If you take your glue and you apply some on the edge, that will stop that completely. I think maybe we should use something like this on this one. And let's put a ruffle right down at the bottom. I'm going to turn it this way so I can kind of push it like this to get it to gather a little bit. And then I'm going to give it a trim. So if you like this mask making style of video, then let me know in the comments and we'll do a few more. If you like to watch things being decorated to get ideas on how you can decorate yours, because I know sometimes it's kind of difficult to get some idea of how you want things to look. Now this is Sari silk that I ironed, and then I made a ruffle with my machine. And then I also thought, let's see about, this is darker blue, a darker blue, and it's the crinkled seam binding. So I have them both here. I think maybe a little bit of this crinkled seam binding down here on top of the lace. And because the seam binding is already rather crinkled, I'm not going to need to pinch it much. I will a little bit, but you won't need to pinch it much because it already has that crinkled look going on. Adding it right here towards the end. Oh, I think that's really pretty with the white. All right, so give this a trim and this one a trim. And then let's see, what else can we do right here? We could take a tab or a label, or how do we want to do the top? I thought we could do this, something like that. And let's see. Let's look at this. This is pretty, or we could bring back in our crinkled and just have it be like this. You know what? I'm looking, and I think a button might be really sweet on this one. Let me grab some buttons. I grabbed 2 buttons and I put a little bit of thread through the holes, and I thought it'd be cute to put the big one on the top and the smaller one down here on the bottom, but it needs a little something else. So let's place a little bit of this crinkled seam binding right here on the top. I'm not going to add the lace too. I think just this will finish it off nicely. So I'm just taking my fingers and pinching as I put it on top, put the seam binding on top of the lace, and then I pinch just a little bit with my fingers. It glides right on top of the glue, and it will glide on top of whatever glue you use. So you don't have to use hot glue, you guys. You can use fabric tack or whatever glue it is that you like to use with your fabric. All right, so I've got that trimmed off. Now let's pop this right in the center. And let's see, I've got some kind of string pulling on it from my glue gun. I'm not going to add any extra. I'm just going to pop it right on here, just like that. And let's pop this one right down here on the bottom. Oh, I think that looks so cute. Super sweet. And then let's add our label and our butterflies. So we're sticking with the label and butterflies, and we're adding other things to it, other elements, to just give you some ideas on how you can decorate your tags. So maybe something like that. And then I have some pearls like this that are in, they're grouped together. I think maybe 2 on this one and 1 on this one. Yeah, I think that looks sweet. So let's go ahead and get this glued down. Oops. My goodness gracious. I'm going to have to probably add a little bit more glue to that one. And then there's this one. Yeah, this one needs a little more glue. There we go. Well, that one's super cute. I like that one too. So we've got 3. Oh, this one, you guys. I had a piece of velvet, green velvet, and I thought this was really pretty. So I put it on my tab, and look, this one I took the corners off so it looks more like a traditional tab shape. I have some kind of bright green Sari silk. I thought that would be cute, and I'm thinking I want to put it all the way around my tab. So let's do that. Let's just glue it right on. So adding my glue. Oh, see, this comes up like that. So it's quite a big piece of, it was just folded all up. I'll just unfold it a little bit. And so I'm going to be listing the My Scrap Cabin shop for the Crinkled seam binding, as well as Crimson Heart Studios for the Sari silk. So you'll have both places that you could pick yourself up some if you happen to not have any. I just dropped that on the floor. Now I'm thinking maybe I only want to do top and bottom. I like the kind of the limey green color. I like how that's looking with the darker green. I think it's pretty. And I'm just doing a little bit of pinching here. And I'm going to give this a trim. Pick this up so I can trim it a little better. There we go. All right, and then let's see, I've got a tag from the video I did yesterday that featured, it was Christmas Craft 24 with Bella, oh, it's just, let me look and see, I'm having a hard time remembering exactly. Okay, this came from the Christmas Craft Off 2024 collaboration, and it was with Rach and Bella Crafts, and I will link that shop down below as well. I thought that was quite beautiful on there. I also thought this green tab would be really pretty on here, and this says to, so I thought, well, to and from, you know, as a Christmas gift, because that's what this is a picture of a Christmas gift. So I thought this and this is absolutely adorable together. And since we're doing the butterfly theme, why not just pop a butterfly on there as well? So I'm thinking that what I'll do is I'll just add a little bit of glue to my butterfly, and I'll pop it on here, and a little bit of glue to this label that says to. And then add all of my glue on here and pop it where I'd like it to go. Maybe about right there. Super cute. And then how about if we pop our tab right there? I'll just go ahead and use this art glitter glue. Now I need to decide, do I want to add, it's still wiggling on that velvet, but it will grab a hold and settle down. Do I want to add any type of, I'm thinking maybe something like that. So let's see here. I'm going to do this. And I just kind of folded it up on itself. And I'm going to glue this like this. Take another and trim this part off and release that. So now we've got it like this. And I think this one I could use this right there on the top, and I think I need 3. So let's glue this down so it keeps wiggling on me. Let's glue it right here. And then I'm just going to add this right across the top just to finish it off. Just like that. That one's sweet too. Wow, that really kind of pops, doesn't it? All right, so I have another one. Look at the red with white polka dots. Oh, I think that one's super sweet. I am going to use the ruffles, the white ruffles. Now, I've got 2 different sizes, or I thought I did. I have this one, well, this isn't white ruffle. This is a white ruffle. I thought I had two of them. But maybe no, I do. Right here. I knew I had two. This one's really wide. So how about if we, I don't know which is which. I think it's this way. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I think, do I want it pleated? Maybe a little bit of pleating instead of ruffles on the bottom. Let's do that. I think that would be cute. So I'm going to add my glue. I'm going to turn this, and I'm just going to, I think I'm going to have to kind of scrunch it. I don't think I can really pleat it. I don't think, look at that pleated. I think I'll just do it that way. If I wanted it more pleated, maybe I needed to sew it, the pleats first. But that's pretty cute on there. I'm going to trim it. This is a big O ruffle here. I think I better switch to my bigger scissors so I can make one cut. Hopefully I'll get it straight. There we go. That was much easier. All right, we've got that. Now I've got some red. I think it's red she calls it. She calls it lipstick. And I thought it went really well. And let's go ahead and put the lipstick on here on top like we did that other one. But this is a much bigger ruffle. Maybe I'll just lay it over it like this. Press it down. Let it go where it wants to. Let it go right where it wants to. Now we're going to trim this. And we're going to trim this. Super cute. Okay, now, what do we want to do? Let's lay this on here and see. I think I would like to maybe go this way. And what do I want for the top? I have got these satin bows. I don't know if I have a red one. I used to have a red one. There's a red one. Oh, that's cute. I don't think I have a stark white one. Yes, I do. It's right here. Well, that stark white one's really pretty on there. So I think let's do the crinkled seam binding right here on the top. I'm going to do it the exact same way I did before. I'm just going to let it kind of lay where it wants to go. I'm not going to crunch it up or anything. Just let it be where it wants. And then I'm going to trim this off. Super cute. And I haven't, well, this has corners that need to be cut off. I haven't finished fussy cutting that yet, huh? All right, got that. And a little bit on the butterfly. Now, what would I like? Do I want anything more up here? Do I think it needs maybe that? Maybe, got so much glue on my fingers. Maybe I've got this. Would this be okay stuck up there? It's not quite enough though, is it? I could put some down there. I like it down here and maybe up there once we get this down. So let's glue this on first. Adding a little bit of glue onto my butterfly. And as I do this, as I work with this one, I'm going to tell you what is hashtag Tag Me Tuesday all about. It's a Facebook group I have. The link is down below. I invite you all to join. Over there we have Tag Me Tuesday projects, and I invite you to participate and watch the video and then make your own version of the Tag Me Tuesday project that we're doing. Now I do request that you don't just show us what you're making this week. I'd like you to stick with Tag Me Tuesday projects. There is quite a list of them now. We've been doing this for quite some time. To join the group, you will need to accept the rules. The rules are very easy. It's to be kind to everyone and that there is no selling. That doesn't mean that you can't sell your stuff. It just means you cannot sell your stuff on that site. That's all that means. Now, there is another question, and you don't have to have the answer, but it is hashtag Cathy Sewing Happiness is the answer. But I will accept you if you accept the rules of the group. That's all you'll need to do. And then, once you're accepted, watch the video and post your version, a picture of your version of how yours turned out, because you guys, it's really fun to see our personalities coming out in our crafting, because they most certainly do. We can do the exact same project and it can turn out totally different from each other, and I absolutely love that we make the same thing but it looks different. So I really do invite you all to join. It's great fun over there, and that's what hashtag Tag Me Tuesday is all about. Now, here I am again trying to decide, do I want this or that? And I don't really know that I like this at all. I thought about putting this on here. So maybe that. It's looking a little plain though. Maybe with the bling, it might jazz it up a little bit. Or it needs just a little bit more fluff, shall we say, up at the top. So I'm going to make a bow right here. And to keep the bow super flat, I'm just going to glue it together. I do this sometimes just to keep the bow from being all, well, bumpy. You know, when you tie it, it has a knot and all that. So this way it stays flat. How about if we put that on there and then put this on there? Well, that's what it needed, wasn't it, guys? That's what it needed. All right, so a little bit of glue. I know I'm covering up that, but it kind of needed to be covered, I feel. And I can still see my little tab up there. That is a very fluffy bow. I'm going to add my glue to my satin flowers. And do I want to keep my bling there, or do I want to bring my bling down here, or do I want to put my bling in the butterfly? No, I really like it right here. So I'm going to add, I think I can just add it right onto the fabric. And I'm going to use the tip of my scissors to position it while it's still wet and move it. Look at that one. That one turned out different, didn't it? I've got one left, you guys. So, no, I've got two left. Let's do both of them. Let's just, since we're doing it, let's go for it. So here I have this beautiful fabric. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that's so gorgeous. And I thought this very sweet yellow would be great for this. Maybe we need a little bit of lace. Here is that lighter weight lace. It's not heavy at all, but I don't know, it might need a little heaviness. I also have some peach. No, I don't think I want that peach. Let's see, what else do I have? I have cream. Ooh, this is pretty. That's very pretty. The cream Sari silk. I'm just trying to see what we can do. We could just put a tab on it like that. How about that? We're going to make a loop with our ribbon, our Sari silk ribbon. Maybe something like that. Put a little glue, and I'm going to kind of crunch it up a little bit. I'm going to give this a trim. And how about if we pop it up here for our tab? Okay, so I'm going to add it right there, and whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. That's about the middle. Okay, I was worried that I didn't have it in the middle, but it's pretty much in the middle. Now, what else do we want to do? I still think this, or maybe a light blue. Let me look to see if I have handy a very light blue. Oh, I do, guys. Look. Oh, we could double it. We could do the yellow and the blue. How about if we just do like little streamers, little something hanging down, and not a bow, just something hanging down. Oh, I forgot to put my glue on, my lid on my glue. So let's do that. I'm going to just fold it in half, add some glue, and then pop it right on here. Just like that. And just add a little bit of, oh, that's sweet. That's really sweet. I like that idea. I think I need my bigger scissors again. Okay. And I think I want to go this way. Okay. All right. And just trimming it a little bit. I don't know if I can get it in there. There we go. Okay. Now I have got this label. And I've got this butterfly. I got my streamers coming down pretty far, don't I? I also have this butterfly. I could put that butterfly up at the top. Oh, that's sweet. I also have a label. Now this one is double, not a label, a tab. And we could put it on just like that, or we could put it on like this. I think I'd rather have it like that. So with that said, I'm going to glue this together, and I'm going to run my color sponge. It has my color on it, my sponge. And I'm going to glue this, and because I'm gluing to paper on the back, whoopsie. And let's see, I think I want it right, maybe right there. Okay, now the butterfly, maybe we could give it a little bit of movement and just glue the center down. So let's just glue the center. Oh yeah, that's super cute. And then let's see about this. How exactly do I want this to go? Do I want it to be maybe like that? Yeah, that's good. So I'm going to add the glue to that side of the butterfly's wing, and then glue it all down like that. Pop it down here. Oh yeah. Oh, this is going to be maybe one of my favorites. I think that we need to add our bling. And do I need two on the top or just one of that hot glue streamers? They're grabbing hold of that everything. I think maybe just one. I don't think I like the 2 and 2. I think I like the 1. So let's pop this one down right here. I always like to use my scissors for this. I can get in there and get it down. And then right here, let's put that down like that. Oh, that one's super cute. How sweet. Super sweet. All right, one more, you guys. Let's get her done, right? So this one is the one that is cut straight, and I've got a very large label, a small label, a butterfly, and a tab. Maybe this is where this could look good. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've got this crinkled seam binding that looks really pretty with it. And I'm thinking maybe we need this color. Yeah, that color looks really nice with it. Since this is so large, I think I need to glue this down first and get this positioned where I want it, and then kind of decorate around it. So I'm doing it a little different than I've done with the other ones. And this label goes like this, and I'm thinking I want to put it like that. Maybe something like this, and then maybe lower, and then the butterfly up here like this. I think that looks nice. So let's get our label glued down first. I'm going to glue this smaller label onto the bigger label like that. That's how I'd like that to go, I do believe. And then let's glue our butterfly on. I think I'm going to put the butterfly just up flying. And you know, you could, I'm thinking now, I could have stamped that with some words, and I think that would have been even a better thing to have done. But I've glued it all down now. But you know what I mean? Get your stamp and stamp your words on there. I think that would have been really nice thing to do. And now I'm going to add my glue and get this down like this, because I want it all to be on there. So I'm going to line this up so I'm not crooked, since that's such a big piece. And this is a double one again. So do I want it to be like this? No, I want it to be like that. I think I want it to be this side. So I'm going to glue these two pieces together like that. And I'm going to add my glue here, because I'm going to glue it to the back like this. Yeah, I think that will be great. Now, how do we want to further decorate this? That's nice, but it doesn't really do it for me yet. That's really nice. What happens if you do it on the side? What happens if you just put a little bit down? Maybe if you put it all the way on, like that. Well, let's see here. I do like this. It hasn't happened for me yet. I have to keep kind of trying to untangle this. I have to keep trying until I get it the way I want it. Oh, well, that's looking okay. I like that. How about if we make a bow? Sure, I want a bow, or if I want a bow, a tied bow, or if I want more of a ruffly bow, like this. That's a ruffly bow. It would be very ruffly at the top, and then put this lace down here. I really wish I would have stamped that, but I can't do it now. There's this. It's not quite. Oh, I just wish I would have stamped it. I'm not sure. I don't think I could even cover up enough to try. I'm going to grab something else. All right, so I grabbed a little cluster of peach-colored satin flowers, and I'm looking at this lighter colored, or not lighter colored, but lighter weight lace, and I think that looks really sweet and almost takes it to more of a little bit of a Victorian feel to it. And I'm thinking that maybe we could add this lace on the side like this and have it come over on the opposite side of the label itself. So let's try that. Let's give this a go and see. I got kind of stumped when I realized I should have stamped. that bigger piece. Yeah, so that kind of threw me for a loop because I keep thinking, oh, I wish I would have. Well, I got to get over that and just keep working. It will come. I got stuff on my fingers I'm trying to wipe off. It'll come together once again. How about if we add, I'm going to cut this very short like this just to see. How about if we add something like that, but cut it so it just fits here? How is that? Yeah, I like that. So let's do that. I'm going to add my glue right here to this end and just lay this right on top like this. Good. Now, how about if I add just a tiny bit right down here? Yeah, I like that. I think it looks very Victorian. I don't know if it's because of that big label and the color, the actual color of the fabric. I think they had that color a lot back then. It's kind of a, I don't know, I don't know what color to call that, but yeah, I think they did. Now, I could put that over here like this and then make a bow, but I think this is too wide. So I'm going to rip it and make it narrower, removing the strings that you get when you rip your Sari silk. And yeah, let's glue this right on the top, even though we're going to put a bow up there, so you probably won't see it much, but I think it will help. You know, sometimes when you layer things up, even though maybe you don't see it right away, it really does make a difference. I brought that lace all the way over to the edge. All right, so now this is how we look. All right, so then we take our bow and our ribbon and we make a bow. It's not quite very big, is it? But this one is thinner, and I don't know if I can combine the two. So if I make a bow like this with two, and then I make two more, so I actually end up with four. Is that too big? Ooh, that's a pretty big bow on there, isn't it? I think that's a little big. So let me bring it down just a little bit. I still got streamers coming off. I'll get those strings coming off. Call them streamers. Okay, how about a little shorter? That's a little shorter. I bring it like that, and then add this. That's a little smaller. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some thread and I'm going to tie my bow with my thread. Okay. Got to get it positioned where I want it. I'm going to see if it's even. Yep, it's even. These extra pieces of all this string is all wiped all over my shirt, guys. If you could see it, it's kind of wild. Using my teeth to pull this through, guys, or my lips, because I don't have another hand. Okay, I got that tied. So now my bow is tied. Let me find the center. There's the center. All right, let's open up this loop. Open that loop up. All right, now let's see. How are we looking now? Oh, I think that, okay, I'm starting to like it. So let's add our glue, and I'm going to add quite a bit because I really want it to be stuck down like that. I might even keep my little threads. I'll just cut them a little shorter. I'm going to cut these a little shorter. Okay. Now how does this look here? Oh, now that's looking cute. that's looking good. I like that. I do need some bling, so let's just glue this on. Okay, let's glue this on. I'm gonna need some pearls for this one, aren't we, guys? Let's look at them all. I added 2 big pearls right there. I think that one turned out fine after I kind of stewed about it. I like that one. There's 1. Here's 2. I love this one. I absolutely love it. There's 2. Here's 3. Oh, and the red with the butterfly and the big old piece of lace. That's sweet too. That's 3. Here's 4 with the velvet. Oh, that just really pops, doesn't it, guys? I love that one. I'm thinking if I had something else right here, I might have to work on that one. It seems like it needs something right here. I'll see what I can do about that one. This one, I think this one's sweet. I love the buttons on the top and the bottom. There's this one. Yeah, that butter colored crinkled seam binding is really, really sweet. So there's that one. I've got some strings there. And then this is the one that we started with together. You guys, I absolutely loved this mask make that we made together. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.